Hi, Miss Moore. I wanted to do a video of me talking about what I saw today because it's just nicer than email. Um, so I hope that I can get this done in 5 minutes. I'm going to really try. So let's rock and roll. So I'm going to go down basically what I saw, what I didn't, and everything in yellow are some things out, some wonderings I had, or some like, hey, here's a constructive piece. Okay, so clear learning target. Yes, I could totally tell that you were doing retelling and summarizing. Um, One of the things I put over here in my observer notes was at one point you said, Carlos, can you read our learning target? And that was like in the middle of the lesson. I really liked that you were drawing attention to that again and again. Very powerful. Vocabulary strategy. Yes, clear. They used whiteboards. They. I also really like that you used this as a time to like build some background, like the people that were eminent and like different examples of like fairy tales because that can be different, cross culturally. Um, I really enjoyed that. Okay, anchor text. So part one, yes, and by part one I meant students are engaged in reading with a personal text. Clearly they had that. Part two, yes, teacher gives opportunities for students to read. You definitely did. Part three, teacher pauses at appropriate points to think aloud. So I put not observed for part three. Here's why. So I feel like a lot of teachers are interpreting this as teachers asking questions every once in a while. And do that. Like don't stop doing that. But a think aloud is different than a question, right? I think aloud is when they are genuinely just hearing you think as you would if you were reading a story and there was no one else in the room. For instance, hmm, I see in paragraph 3 and 4, there's kind of a connection there. It's like one of them is like the reason, um, like why this happened, and in paragraph 4, it kind of tells me like what happened as a result. So like paragraph 3 was all about how there was water left on the floor, and paragraph 4, was talking about how Steph Curry fell. And I know that's because there was water on the floor. So clearly there's a connection between these two, like that sort of thing. So just being aware, and again, you don't have to do it a ton, maybe 3 moments that are really important or powerful in the story that you're like, it would really be great if they could hear me think about this particular piece or make connections here or do a critical question that I ask myself and think through. Okay, as far as the anchor text, I want to ask one question. So, first of all, by the way, I love that they were tracking with you. That was very solid. Um, so I was saying, I wonder if we can begin having them take more ownership over this process over time. Okay, so here we go. I know that the reading teachers in third grade, you guys phase with a story, meaning like you do it several times. And I think you feel good about that. So I don't want to like strip you of that. Um, but here's what I'm wondering. Maybe the first time that you read the story together, you can be the one with most of the reading, like taking most of the ownership of that. But then I was thinking maybe by the second or third time, you could sort of start releasing them to small reading groups. And by reading groups, I don't necessarily mean they have to be leveled. You might want to have ones that have like a mix, other than the lowest of the low group, because you might want to pull that group each time. Now, people always freak out when I say that because they're like, Rachel, they're not ready. But use your teacher judgment to decide how much to give them. So, for instance, that group today, I feel there's a lot of ESL students. So, by the third time you've read that story, you might say, all right, guys, today I'm going to let you read the last paragraph, the last 2 paragraphs with your partner or in your reading group. And again, like you would pull one small group that just absolutely could not handle it, and just see how it goes. And any group that finished early, have like an automatic question or something that would connect to the skill of the day, or just a higher order thinking question that they can read if they finish early. And I'll build that over time. So, like you might say, I only want to worry about a paragraph. That's our goal for the next 3 weeks. In the next month, let's see if we can go through a whole page, something like that.